Kaspa has a flaw in it, and when I pointed it out, they kicked me from the group, which means it has 2 flaws. Now, I love Kaspa and I own a lot of Kaspa, and you should invest in Kaspa if you want to invest in it. However, I pointed out that the fact that they allow for hard forks, which is an installation of new software for everyone, meaning that the old version will stop working and the new version is the only one that will work. And the problem with that is they could eventually be forced to put out a version that will take away your coins, that will break. And when you point that out, well, they will not believe you. They'll not believe in any flaw that you point out. And this creates a problem that could show up in the future.
Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Pumps. My name's Jer. That was Jeremy, or Da Vinci Jeremy, that we just saw there. He's not too keen on hard forks. Da Vinci Jeremy came into recognition when he told everybody to buy Bitcoin back in 2011. I'm not too sure when it was. I'd have to look it up. And fair play to him for that. He was right. But I don't think he's the most technical. I don't think he knows more than Michael Sutton and the Kaspa devs. And so far, there's 2 things that have happened. They have done the hard fork on DevNet, which is a developer net. It's a kind of smaller version of testnet. And then they did the hard fork on testnet. We recorded that live on the show. They went from 1 blocks per second to 10 blocks per second live without stopping, without shutting it down. Nobody else has done that. And as well as that, testnet 11 has been running at 10 blocks per second for over a year now with no problems. So Michael Sutton today announced that on Mainnet, Kaspa Mainnet, which is running at 1 blocks per second at the moment, it's going to be going over to 10 blocks per second on the 5th of May. So we'll read this. So Michael Sutton, which is the lead Kaspa developer at the moment, Kaspa Mainnet Crescendo activation date. In keeping with steadfast commitment to the timeline, we are set to release Rusty Kaspa version 1.0.0 on the coming Monday, March 31st. So that means they're going to release the software update to all the people so they can download it and have it ready to update into their nodes. So I have a node here, but mine, I'm not too technical. I'm just going to wait until it's done and then I'm going to update it. So, but basically all the people have to update their nodes, and it's in their best interest to do it because all smart contracts and all this kind of stuff, and there's going to be more transaction fees, they're all going to run on the new 10 blocks per second version of Mainnet. So there's no point in staying on the old version, like Da Vinci Jeremy is saying. But so that's the software is going to go out on the 31st of March, which is Monday. And the Crescendo activation hard-coded at DAA score. This is projected to occur at approximately 3 o'clock UTC on May 5th, 2025. So these blocks here, so basically he thinks averaging it's gonna happen on May 5th, 2025. So what these DAA score is, that's how many Kaspa blocks have been created since the start. We go here, so you can have a look at this yourself. You go to kgi.kaspa.net. This is the Kaspa mainnet that is running live in front of us. We'll hold it over here. So Kaspa mainnet. So this is running at 1 blocks per second. So each one of these, this is your DAA score here. Each one of these is created every second. And interesting fact for you, if you were to count back all of these seconds, that would bring you right back to, I think it was November 2021 when Kaspa was created. They all add up to the exact second back to when it was created. So that's pretty interesting. So this is Kaspa mainnet. This is at 1 block per second, and people are going to download the software and have it ready on their node. They're all going to do the upgrade on when Michael Sutton said, which was, he said at DAA score 110,165,000. So 110. So we're like, you can see there, we're only on 106. So we have to get that far, which kind of adds up to the day he's saying, which is the 5th of May. So this is going to speed up and go from 1 block to 10 blocks per second. It's going to do it live. It's going to do it without shutting down. So no other network has done that as far as I'm aware. And it's already the fastest proof of work in the world. And at the moment, they can do 300 transactions per second on average, up to 500 transactions per second, kind of max. And when it goes to 10 blocks per second, it'll be able to handle 3,000 transactions to 5,000 transactions per second. So it's going to be really fast. And if we have a look here, this is Kaspa NG. So this is testnet 11. This is testnet 10. This is the one that was upgraded from 1 block per second to 10 blocks per second. So this is 10 blocks per second running on this one. And you can see the difference in that, like how fast it is. Like, so super fast. I think a block, instead of a block being created every second, it's created every hundredth or tenth of a second, every 100 milliseconds, I think it is. Another way to look at it is this Kaspa network visualizer. You can copy that address. If you want me to, I can put the links in the description. You can have a mess around with them yourself. But we can see here it's set to 1 block per second. I can set it to 10, and you can see the difference. So all these circles represent blocks, and there's your DAG. So you can see the difference. And Jonathan Sampolinski wants to get to 100 blocks per second eventually. That's the end goal. So if we go to 100 blocks per second, you can see the difference. And that'll be 50,000 transactions per second. I think that's up there with Visa speeds. And that's what it needs to be if it's going to compete as like a currency, a global currency. And then just for shits and giggles, they had 250 blocks per second. So that's crazy. Another one block visualizer, if you want to have a look. This was created by Kaspa. This is cryptopumpz.kas. You have Kaspa speed, so you have Kaspa proof of work at 1 block per second. You have Bitcoin, which is 1 block every 10 minutes. Solana, as far as I remember, is 2.5 blocks per second. Yeah, there you go. XRP is 0.29 blocks per second. Litecoin, proof of work, 0.001 blocks per second. Hyperliquid, which is having a lot of trouble, it's centralized garbage, it's having a lot of trouble over some meme coin at the moment, and Sui. But you can see them there, all the block rates, how fast they are. We can open the Kaspa here to 10 blocks, and you can see the difference. It really it passes. It's faster than Solana, it's faster than Bitcoin, faster than XRP. So it's going to be really fast. And that's how that works. I hope it, like, for people who aren't used to this, I hope it explained it a bit more. It's just going to up the block rate and the amount of transactions that we have in that block, and the blocks get confirmed quicker. So it just means we have more transactions per second. It makes it faster. And we need to do this because smart contracts are coming out, and all the smart contracts are going to be sequenced, going to be verified on the base layer, which is Kaspa. So it needs to be fast. And that's what's great about Kaspa. Because it's so fast, all the smart contracts can get sequenced, verified on the base layer, and the transaction fees go to the miners, which is what we need. I'll make another video on that. But I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll talk to you again. Slán.